Let's face it, after a long, cold, lonely winter, we're all so excited for spring, but quite a lot of us are kind of really scared of using pastels and spring colours because they are quite difficult to apply if you're not careful, and you could end up being a really muddy mess or a grey ghost. But I did this look using the most scary colours that I possess. Things like that, and these. And these. Now, obviously, I'm not wearing all of them. I'm wearing some of them, but I managed to get a good look out of it. And if you want to know how I got it, watch this. Let's face it, pastels can scare the bejesus out of all of us, especially if you've got a high contrast complexion like me. I've got dark hair, I've got a pale face, but I've got olive undertones. I'm quite warm. So everything that pastels represents can make us look ashy, yuck, nightmare. So today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to how to make pastels and pinks work for you. Tip number 1, use a light or even white concealer so that your pastels don't disappear into your skin. Putting on a white concealer means that you can hang on to the colour of the eyeshadow that you're applying without it just blending into your skin and disappearing and looking really muddy. It's also really important to do your eyebrows and keep as much definition to your face as you possibly can. Just filled in my eyebrows with a little pencil and a Rare Beauty brow gel. Put on some mascara. I use my Essence primer, which I'm starting to love, and my telescopic. So it's already kind of given me a framework for my eyes. Because truly light pastels can actually turn ashy, what I like to do is to get some really good, bright, vibrant colours in the mix. Now this is that colour. So it's pink, but it's vibrant. It's got a bit of blue in it as well, which actually helps with the pastel effect, but it's not actually a pastel colour. It's the NARS Explicit lipstick in Provocateur. It's been out for ages, but when I bought it, I just thought, that's a challenge, and I'm about to try and rise up to it. Tip number 2, make sure that your base and your foundation is as light as possible while giving you the coverage that you need. This is the Givenchy Prism Libre in 1.5W, and it is the serum foundation. So I'm hoping that, although it's kind of slightly the wrong colour for me, I'm hoping that because it is a serum foundation, how liquidy that is, it will give me some coverage. Now, because it is a bit too light for me, I'm going to try adding my Makeup by Mario bronzing serum, and I'm going to mix them both on the back of my hand, as usual, starting with the centre, working your way out. It's quite glowy. Doesn't look as if it's doing too much, but that's the whole point. Really buff it in so that it blends with your skin. There you go, that looks great. So for my eyes, I'm going to use this Sephora mini palette, which is really cute. It's called Audacious Aqua. I'm going to use this middle colour. I don't know if you can see it, there it is, as my crease shade, and then just one colour, which is the Aquamarine, as my eyeshadow. I'm going to provide a framework for the blue with this brown. It's a sort of sandy brown. Is it sandy brown? So this is going to provide a buffer between my skin and the pastel shade. This is a really good formula actually, and it's really, really inexpensive. I think it was like $9.99, that's GBP, so around the same price obviously in dollars. I've been quite surprised about the whole Sephora collection and how good it can be. Okay, here we go. Here's my blue. See? I think that looks really good, and all I've done is use my fingers to dab it on, so it's not even that complicated. Although I'm using my finger, I'm actually trying to keep the colour between the brown that I laid down, so that it's not directly competing with the natural tones of my skin. It's like a cushion, if you like, between one colour and the other. You can see this eye goes down and this eye goes up. That's the perils of adding with your fingers. Even? Yeah, that's better. So it's just like painting by numbers, really. You draw yourself an outline and then put the bright colours in between the outline that you've drawn. So what of the third colour, I hear you say? Well, just going to put a little bit on the top, because why not? See how pretty?
Let's get started.
So on to tip number 3. So for my face, I'm going to use the same technique as I've used on my eyes. I'm going to add, this is Toasted Teddy from Rhode, I'm going to add a blush that is brown. That's so that this colour, which is NYX in the Buttermelt blush in my Butter Half, I'm going to put that on as my real blush, but I need a barrier. I know it looks scary, but trust me, this is what will help the pink not wash me out, but just look pink. I may have added a bit too much, but there you go. I'm going to start gently and build it up. So I'm going to use the Yves Saint Laurent number 44. This is the Make Me Blush. Don't swipe, pat. Because we haven't powdered down, if you swipe, you'll end up with a patchy mess. So for now, stipple, tap, pounce, whatever. So that's laid down a base. That's what it looks like, one swipe. So you can imagine, it's very pigmented. I think we all know this by now. I always wipe it off on my hand before I put it on my face. And there it is, a lovely pink. We'll move on to our powders now, and I'm going to use my Huda Beauty in Cherry Blossom Cake for under my eyes, and I'm going to use Pound Cake for everywhere else. Just a little bit of brightening here. That's Cherry Blossom Cake, which is pink, and that's Pound Cake, which has its own little cute sponge. Really cool. I'm going to use some highlighter. This is the Gucci Glow highlighter in Frosted Lilac. Again, this could be quite ashy, but because we've got the darker blush that it's sitting on, it's not washing me out. This eyeshadow looks amazing, and I've just realised I've actually forgot to blend it, but it didn't really need blending. I would say go and have a look at the Sephora collection. Not all their products are absolutely brilliant, but actually I think these minis are quite good. I'm going to melt all this together now with my one size powder melt and just let it sit for a few minutes. There's quite a lot going on, so I just want it to calm down. But can you see my eyes have disappeared? So we've got to do something about that. And what I'm going to do is take a darker brown. This is my Morphe Rich Glitch palette. And I'm going to take this taupe colour and give myself a bit more definition up here. It does get worse before it gets better, but if you just blend it out, be patient, and your eyes will come back. But what I really need is a very, very fine, tiny brush. And I'm taking this darker colour here, just going to give myself a soft wing, get as near to your eyelashes as possible. Don't go mad, it's just a soft extension of your eyes rather than here's a brown colour. Now you'll notice I didn't actually use any concealer, I just took my foundation up to my lower lash line. And now's the time when I know I'm going to need something. Now, the question is, do we put anything on our lower lash line, or should we just leave it? I don't know yet. I'm going to wait and see. Now, my next stage is, I put on my mascara earlier, but I'm going to just add a bit of this blue. I know you think I'm going mad, but one way to make sure that your eyes are defined is to tap a little bit of blue mascara, if you're wearing blue, of course. And it doesn't say I'm wearing blue mascara, but it does open up your eye. Can you tell the difference between that eye and that one? So tip number 4, every time you add a pastel colour, check the definition hasn't disappeared and correct it. My usual, again, the rich glitch. Okay, final stages, and this is the Kosas Hot Liner in Epic, and I'm just blending it out because, again, I'm going to put something really pink on my lips, but I want something that's a barrier between the pink and my complexion. So you just blur it out. Here we go.
Let's get started.
Going to add a little bit of the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint in Pretzel, which is a bit of a calmer colour. You see, it's going to tone down this pink.
Oh, that's real good.
And my final touch, I will put something on my lower lashes. And this is the Sephora Collection 12-Hour Contour Pencil in Rock and Brown. I'm just going to add it.
You've got to get a hold of yourself.
And I'm purposely not being precise. It does set down quite quickly, so if you're going to smudge it, be quick about it. And there we go. That's my spring pastel look. That's all the scary colours that I own on my face at the same time. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do hit the like and subscribe if you wish. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. I'm very grateful for my subscribers, all 148 of you. So thank you all very much for supporting my channel. But that's it for today, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Stopping me.